All paths lead to the central hub. All aboard! Watch as zombies fall from level to level, being forced through the central tower in which they are zapped and shot at with impunity. Stick around to learn how to employ pathing tricks to force the AI into uncomfortable positions. Welcome, survivors. This is Eerie Night of the Pseudoposse, and today we're going to build a base together in Darkness Falls. Since the hordes are tougher here, we need to build our bases stronger and smarter, because we have the smarties and the zombies don't. Well, at least in theory, we shall try to prove that together. Today's build was inspired by a recent Darkness Falls video we did, in which we used an angular path to get zombies to fall down. In that one, I had a secondary path to catch some of the following zombies to route them back up top. Then I thought, what if we build a series of paths that would catch falling zombies from a level above, forcing them to go somewhere? Haven't worked out all the details yet. Today we'll be winging it, just starting with this core idea and see where it takes us. Let's start with the staircase. Zombies need a path up to the highest level and proceed to drop from there, so we need to make it a suitable height without going too outrageous. I'm going to support these stairs with double pulls as I don't want to make the staircase solid, just for aesthetic reasons, no functional purpose. Okay, I think that's a good height, but let's double it up so our staircase is 2 blocks wide. Oh, that looks nice. Don't answer. That's a rhetorical question. On the opposite side, I'll make an identical staircase that'll meet in the middle from which our top path will start. I can see a zombie biker off in the distance. Not a very good spy. We can't let him escape. There. No secret shall be spilled today. Huzzah! Now our main tower. Not exactly sure what I want to do here. I don't want it to be square, so I think we'll move out a bit here to make it look more interesting. Wow, look at that glorious shape. Isn't it the best thing you've ever seen? Again, rhetorical. Of course it is. Although, I am getting some inspiration. I was originally thinking to have just them endlessly loop on these paths as they fall and try to make their way back up to the next one outside of the tower. But what if I still do that, but have them run through the tower itself, and I could shoot down on them and maybe put some fence posts and dart traps while I'm at it? That could be cool as they endlessly try to reach me and continuously pass underneath. I like that idea. Let's go with it. We'll need to expand the size of this thing to make room for the dart traps and fence posts, tripwire, as well as the arrow slip blocks in front for protection. And the path itself. Yes, I think this layout will work. Because zombies in later game stages can be quite large, let's make our corridors through the central tower higher than normal. And I don't know, just for a splash of color and different contours, let's throw in some pink security gates. That's probably a sentence never uttered before in human history. Cool. So I think to reach the height of our staircase, we'll need to construct about 2 more levels of this corridor and keep it identical across each one. So that'll be more arrow slit blocks topped with some cube meters and security gates 2 blocks high, with a black security gate laid horizontally as the floor ceiling for the next one. Reason for using the security gates is that we can shoot through them at all levels at any zombies passing through. Since we ignored the sides of our corridors up till now, which will house all of the traps, time to fill those in. Nothing fancy here, just going to place a lot of cube blocks for the walls, some cube quarter-meter blocks for the inner floors, and we'll leave a block hole for an eventual ladder for us to climb up and down to maintain the various traps we'll have. Time for the top path construction. To get us started, we need some support, and without making a bunch of columns to the ground, I want to directly support the path from our tower. To do that, I'm going to use the pillar 0.025 meter shape as zombies do not see pillar or pole blocks as paths if they are positioned within the corner of the volume. Middle and centered poles are seen as paths, so don't use those as supports. This way we can keep our path stable without zombies trying to run across the supports to our base to beat through the walls. With the staircase now matching the level of our fighting platform, I'm going to use some pillar blocks to start the pathway. At this point, I am not trying to make the zombies fall, so any typical block will do here. Let's now transition into the pillar 0.5 meter, as coming up soon is where we want zombies to start falling. Right around here, let's start creating our first obstacle for zombies to fall. For those who saw our Darkness Falls video in which we used angular, sharp turning paths with railing blocks to force zombies to fall, I'll be employing that here. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. It's very informative. Link in the description below. Essentially, by using ramp blocks oriented like this, we first need to create a long enough angled path. Then we'll place a narrower shape like the pillar 0.5 meter. You can definitely go narrower than that, but this is suitable. Then we'll do another ramp section, creating a sharp bend, followed by a second pillar pathway. I'll extend this path to where we'll ultimately meet our base. As a last obstacle, they will need to walk over 0.0125 meter shapes placed vertically. Zombies have difficulty walking over these, which will cause more to drop down to the second level. Do not place these directly next to each other. I want at least a block space in between the pillars because for some reason, if they are connected, zombies won't cross over them. Check out our Darkness Falls melee video for more tests on that setup. Well, our top path is finished. They need a place to land. On to constructing our middle path. We need to make it more or less directly below the areas in which they are designed to fall, namely underneath the pillars and the angular section. Again, we'll leverage the corner type pillars for supports, so we do not need any columns from the ground up. Make sure to fill in all the space you think they may fall, as we want to catch them and route them through the tower. Once they pass through the central tower after falling, it needs to somehow lead to the lower pathway, but also be connected to a path back up to the top, so they'll go that way in the first place. I'm thinking to connect it to the stairs we have out front, but we want to ensure they fall, guaranteed at this point. The best block for that would be the wedge narrows. They're back, baby! Starting with the wedge narrow lows, then the middles, and lastly the highs, we'll place them from our walkway to the stairs to create a path in which the zombies will always slide down to the next level. And on top of our slide, I'll put the cube quarter meter to prevent them from walking on top of the slide. The lower path will need to route back to the tower, and from the other side of the tower, we need to connect it to the middle level so zombies will try to get back up to the top. And I think for our bottom path, I'll put in some quarter triangle blocks so maybe they'll run through the ground level corridor. No guarantee of that. The ground level might end up just being unneeded, but I guess that's what happens when you wing the design as you go. I could wall it off down there and force them through, but I don't want an ugly wall in front here. So yeah, I did some recoloring to clearly differentiate the levels. Now, in we go for the traps and wiring. We need to do this on all levels, so this part will take a while. This is how we will connect. From the tripwire, connect to the second tripwire. From there, we connect to the fence post. This fence post wire will run across to the other fence post. We'll need to do the same thing for all 4 dart traps in this row too. And down the line we go, repeating for all the rows on each floor. See you all much later. Later has arrived. Ah, the magic of editing. So now it is time for my Succubus Trap. In Darkness Falls AFK Horde base video I did a while back, I made an effective Succubus Trap there, and I want to put that here to deal with those she-devils. Essentially, we need to create a cage in which to trap her. By us standing underneath it while we shoot at zombies below us, she'll swoop in, and the power doors will close behind her, trapping her inside so she can't fly away. Then a mixture of laser turrets and regular ones will shoot at her to kill her off. That will take her out while I completely ignore her. So to start, we'll make our cage using railings so turret bullets can pass through to her inside. In that AFK base, we used power hatches, but I think this is wide enough to actually use a 5x3 and a 3x3 powered garage. Ah, perfect fit! That will work quite well. Next, we need to place our turrets. Laser turrets are important to stop the demonic healing, otherwise she'll power heal through everything. A robotic junk turret with the appropriate mod is also suitable in place of the laser auto turrets. And finally, we need to point a sensor camera up toward the sky. Let's test this out with a temporarily placed spotlight. Okay, walking over here doesn't trigger, good. And if we pop in, bam, light on, good stuff. Wiring to the garage, drop inside, and fantastic. Locked in. Okay, I think we're ready to give this a whirl. Okay, I think this is working pretty well. They are dropping down to the middle section and running to the central tower, but I can see some issues. Apparently, they really love the doors to our trap, so I think we'll remove those. There's some zombies running off to the middle platform from the stairs, and it also looks like once they fall down the slide, they just jump off and run to the stairs because it is a quicker path to the top than going back through the tower. Damn, I should have put the fall point further from the stairs. I'll have to remedy this. Well, I guess we can try to cage them inside, put a barrier up so they feel it's easier to run back through the tower than to just jump down. Also, I put down a wall perpendicular to the stairs so zombies will feel like running around the wall is a longer path than just going through the tower. Well, it looks like they still are occasionally running off the middle level, and now they are trying to beat out of the cage. Not enough of a barrier. Okay, I extended the length of the wall, added more protection along the staircase supports too, and and upgraded the gate from concrete to steel. I think we solved our middle level problem. The wall is long enough now that they prefer to go through the tower. The zombies are now trying to beat through the back of the cage, however. I think I'll need to do the same thing on the stairs from the other side. I believe that will be our last tweak, and then we'll be ready for the actual horde. So here's the final design. Up the stairs, as you can see, we added the wall on the other side. Zombies will run along the top level and drop down at the angular pathway. Subsequently, they'll run through the tower, getting shot by my traps and me shooting from above. On the other side, they'll try to reach the stairs but slide down into the cage, hopefully routing them through the tower once again. They'll try to path up to the second level so they can get back up top, but keep failing to do so, repeating the loop. Up the ladder on the side is where we will spend our time shooting at them through the security gates below us. And above, we have our patented Succubus Trap to snare and kill those she-devils. Alright, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Let's do the horde. Hit it, tacobear. Oh, that was awesome. It's definitely hilarious to watch them endlessly repeating the cycle. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you liked what you saw and you want to see more of it. A special shout out to all of our patrons whose kindness keeps our channel going forward. Thank you all so much. On that note, this is Eerie Night. See you all in the next one.